Rascals hosting the Traverse City Beach Bums. Rascals enter play with a record of 52-40. The Beach Bums are 53-37. Tim Coons on the mound for the Rascals, looking to stay perfect in 2015, and this very well may be his last start of the regular season. Coons 10-0 with a 3.87 ERA. He is making his 18th appearance of the season. He'll be facing the following Traverse City lineup put together by manager Dan Roan. Leading off is the DH Jeff W., batting second and playing second, Alex Tomasovich. Jay Austin is in center, and Jose Vargas cleans up. He's at third. Brandon Jacobs is in left field with Yaziar Bello at first, and Reggie Lawson getting his first action of the series. He's in right. Jake Rhodes back behind the plate batting eighth, and hitting ninth is the shortstop Willie Ramos. The Rascals 2-3 against the Beach Bums this season. It's the series finale and the rubber match as the Rascals lost on Tuesday 11-3. They won last night 16-11. Rascals lost 2 out of 3 at Traverse City earlier this season. They're looking to win 2 out of 3 at home. Rascals chasing the Beach Bums. They are 2 games back of them, 3 back in the loss column, but the Rascals 4 games up on Evansville, the next closest to them for the second wild card spot, sitting comfortably ahead of the Otters to end up with the second wild card spot, 4th overall seed for the 2015 Frontier League postseason. Rascals have received a couple of awards today. First, league MVP, the Morgan Burkhart Award goes to Taylor Ard. No surprise there. Ard leading the league in all kinds of offensive categories, and the ones he doesn't lead in, he's near the top, a 303 average, 26 homers, 75 RBIs, and the Rascals also having their head athletic trainer, Zach Greco, named Trainer of the Year, so congratulations to both of them. Digging in is Jeff W. W has led off all 3 games in this series, but he played right field the last 2 days, DHing today. From the left side, he digs in against Tim Coons. Righty versus lefty. Coons takes a deep breath, stares in, winds, and delivers. That is a strike on the outside corner, and we are underway. Getting underway about 6 minutes late, but I don't think anyone minds with all those pregame festivities honoring different Rascals players. It was worth the wait. Ground ball over to the right side, scooped up by Crespo. He throws to first, and it's the first out of the game. It goes 4-3. W is out. Here comes Alex Tomasovich. Josh Silver in left, Casey Rodriguez in center, and Jackson Slade in right field for the Rascals. Taylor Ard, the third baseman, with Johnny Morales and Hector Crespo up the middle. Zach Comatani at first, and behind the plate is Josh Ludi receiving the pitches that Tim Coons fires in. Alex Tomasovich, the second baseman and second hitter in the lineup. First time we see him this series battling an injury. He lofts a ball out to shallow right field. Going back, it's going to be caught by Crespo. 3 pitches for 2 outs for Coons. And here comes Jay Austin. Austin batting third, playing center. He was the DH the last 2 days, so now he gets a start in the field. He has good speed, so he'll be in center. Yesterday, Jay Austin had 3 hits, 2 singles, and a solo home run. He scored all 3 times. Righty versus lefty. First pitch on the inside corner, called strike. Mike Weinstein, the umpire behind home plate. Steve Donahue in the field, the same 2 umps we've seen the last 2 nights. Weinstein made a couple controversial calls behind home on Tuesday's game, and he ended up ejecting Joe Pavlovich, the Rascals starter. Ball low, 1-1. The first ball of the game thrown by Tim Coons. Here's a line drive into right. Slade battling it, will make the catch. That's a 6-pitch inning for Tim Coons to start the game. 1, 2, 3, they go down. To the bottom of the first, it's the Beach Bums nothing, the Rascals coming up. You're listening to River City Rascals Baseball on TalkSTL.com. Tim Coons had a pretty easy top of the frame. He got 3 outs on 6 pitches. And now it's the Rascals' turn against Ian McDougal. First time Rascals face the left-hander this year. McDougal 10-5 with a 2.24 ERA. He'll be facing the following Rascals starting lineup put together by put together by acting manager Eric Williams, filling in for Steve Brook, presented to you by Wendy's. Leading off is the DH, Curran Radall, batting second, Johnny Morales at short, and Taylor Ard at third. Zach Komatani cleans up. He's at first base. Hector Crespo is the second baseman, followed by Jackson Slade in right, Josh Ludi catching, Josh Silver in left, and rounding out the lineup, Casey Rodriguez, the center fielder. Lefty on lefty first pitch is a called strike from McDougal to Curran Radall. Radall DHing today. It's the first time all season Radall will not play center field. The 0-1. Tapped foul. Today marks game number 93 on the season. Curran Radall has participated in all of them. In fact, Curran has played in every single inning this season for the Rascals. Until the top of the first, he had spent every single inning this season in center field for them as he taps this one foul, so the count holds 0-2. But Curran was hit in the back by a pitch yesterday by Chuck Geisels, feeling a little bit of discomfort in the back, so he'll get a day off in the field. Casey Rodriguez goes out there. Curran still in the lineup. The 0-2 bounced foul again. Rodriguez, our pregame show interview guest, he did a great job. Second time we spoke with him this season. It feels like we just caught up with him, but that was about 5 or 6 weeks ago. So we spoke with Casey again. He was excited for the opportunity to start in center field. The 0-2 pitch again, swing and a miss, strike 3. Curran Radall chases a ball in the dirt. Tag is applied, 1 down. Here comes Johnny Morales, and J-Mo had arguably his best game of the year last night. J-Mo did only collect 1 hit, but it was a double, and he drove in 4 runs. Interestingly enough, none of those RBIs came on a base hit. He had 2 sacrifice flies, an RBI fielder's choice ground out, and a bases loaded walk. Called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. McDougal has not thrown a ball yet in this game. He peers in, winds, and delivers the 0-1. Called strike, 0-2. Mike Weinstein behind the plate. Very casual strike call. Easy to miss sometimes. The 0-2. Lined into left field, hit well. Going over is Jacobs. He reaches up, makes the catch. 2 down. Morales got a big chunk of that, but it was played well by the left fielder. Brandon Jacobs in left, Jay Austin at center, and Reggie Lawson in right field for the Beach Bums. Jose Vargas at third, Willie Ramos at short, Alex Tomasovich is the second baseman, and Yaziar Bellows at first. Jake Rhodes is the catcher, receiving the pitches from Ian McDougal. And here comes Taylor Ard. The league MVP was announced today. Ard batting .303, 26 homers, 75 RBIs. He shoots the first pitch he sees foul. Taylor Ard with 2 hits last night, both of them RBI singles. He also scored once. Lefty versus righty. McDougal delivers a ball that's lined just foul down the left field line. Mentioned Eric Williams, acting manager over at third base. We see it's Nick Kennedy coaching for the Rascals. No Steve Brook. Brook serving game 2 of a 3-game suspension. The rule in the Frontier League is once you get to 6 cumulative ejections, no matter who they are on your team, the manager is subject to a fine and a 3-game suspension. Earlier this season, while we were visiting the Rockford Aviators, we saw their skipper, James Frisbee, serve a 3-game suspension. Now it's Steve Brook doing it for the Rascals. Chopper over to third. Vargas takes a step back. Fields throws to first, and Taylor Ard is out. Ian McDougal matches 1-2-3 innings with Tim Coons. Headed to the second, no score. You're listening to River City Rascals Baseball on TalkSTL.com. Perfect first frame. Tim Coons back out there for the Rascals. Coons making a second start against Traverse City in 2015. Last time out, he took a no decision in a Beach Bums 5-4 victory on August 12th. Coons gave up 2 earned runs, 4 total runs in 6 1/3, 8 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Not a bad performance by any stretch, working into the 7th inning, giving up just 2 earned, but he got the no decision in the Rascals' loss. A game in which the Rascals led at one point, 4-3, but eventually fell 5-4. Swing and a miss by cleanup hitter and third baseman Jose Vargas. Yesterday, Vargas had 3 hits, 2 singles, and a double. He drove in 2 runs and scored twice as well. Righty versus righty, he taps a ball foul. 0-2. Coons and McDougal pumping the strike zone full of pitches early on. Always good to see lots of strikes. The pitch to Vargas, low and away, he lays off. Coons has struck out 71 batters this season. That's third on the team behind Joe Scanio and Lucas Laster. A curveball just off the outside corner, 2-2. He gets most of his punch outs on that breaking ball. Coons a pretty simple pitcher, fastball, breaking ball, changeup. Ground ball, backhanded by Johnny Morales, deep in the hole, has to hurry, strong throw, dug out by Komatani. What a play. 6-3, a put out for the Rascals. Nice play by both Morales and Komatani. When Coons strikes out his next batter, he'll be tied with Lucas Laster with 72 for second on the team. I have to assume Coons will overtake him. Here comes Brandon Jacobs. Jacobs has had himself a heck of a series. He has hit a 2-run homer in each game. First pitch, a strike at the knees. Yesterday, Jacobs with 3 hits, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. He has 5 total hits, and he has scored 6 total times in the series. He lines one into center field, and it's the first man to reach base today. Brandon Jacobs with a single. Here comes Yazi Arbello. Arbello, the left-handed hitting first baseman. He was 1 for 5 yesterday, a bloop RBI single. He also struck out 3 times. Arbello with 2 hits in the series. He's reached base 3 total times. If you recall, he was hit by that pitch in the first inning of Tuesday's game that really set the tone. Every out Arbello has made, except for one in the series, a strikeout. He has 6 strikeouts, and if that hit by pitch had not been a hit by pitch and was ruled a strikeout like it had originally been called, it would have been 7 punch-outs in the series. Swing and a miss, strike 1 on the first baseman. Coons to the stretch for the first time. Over at first is Jacobs. Not going anywhere, ball down low. Brandon Jacobs is 7 for 8 in steal attempts. Yazi Arbello batting .241, 10 home runs, 41 RBIs. Coons second on the team in innings pitched. He now has 101 and 1/3 under his belt. He and Joe Scanio, the only 2 Rascals starters with 100 innings. A check on Jacobs, he's back safely. Coons in his second season with the Rascals. Last year went 5-4 with a 5.13 ERA. I think it'd be safe to say he's more pleased with this season, though. 10-0. Right-hander from Castle Rock, Colorado. 6'1", 195 pounds. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Mentioned he's faced Traverse City once this season. It's the only time he's faced them in his short 2-season career. Coons is 109 hits surrendered, second on the team. 48 runs, just 43 earned runs. He has only given up 4 home runs this year. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's his first punch out of the day, his 72nd of the season. We mentioned that now pulls him into a tie with Lucas Laster for second most on the team. Tim Coons honored before today's game from the Booster Club. He was named River City Rascals Pitcher of the Year, and heck, with a 10-0 record, he's as deserving of it as any other pitcher. Coons, probably Lucas Laster, Joe Scanio, all guys that could be considered. And when you look at the bullpen, Will Shearholtz, who owns the lowest ERA on the team, has to be considered for Pitcher of the Year. He won Pitcher of the Month for the previous month. Ball outside to Reggie Lawson. First time we see Lawson in this series. Big swing and a miss. Way out ahead of that breaking ball. And that's what they refer to in this business as a G-hack. You get a pitch that you think is big and juicy, and you just take a huge rip on it. Lawson getting to start in right field, batting 7th. He is a big fellow. Listed at 6'4", 260 pounds. He takes a ball low. Lawson just turned 24 years old from San Diego, California. Spent time in the Mariners organization. 2-1. The pitch, swing and a miss. Lawson batting .221, but he has 8 home runs and 39 RBIs. He started at first base for the Beach Bums while Yasier Bello was suspended when the Rascals saw them last time. The 2-2. Popped up right side, foul territory, into the seats. Rascals wearing their black tops with white bottoms, white numbers, white letters, black caps, and black socks. The Beach Bums wearing their dark blue tops with with yellow numbers and yellow letters. They have gray trousers, all blue caps with blue socks. Beach Bums, like the Rascals, have 2 caps to choose from. The 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Tim Coons punches out a pair to end the inning. He does give up a single, but nothing else. Headed to the bottom of the second. Rascals nothing, Beach Bums nothing. You're listening to Rascals Baseball on TalkSTL.com. Sending Zach Comatani, Hector Crespo, and Jackson Slade to the plate, looking to put the first run on the board for either team. Ian McDougall worked a perfect first, a strikeout, a flyout, and a groundout. Lefty winds and delivers, a swing and a miss by Zach Comatani, 0-1. Ian McDougall, 6 foot, 170 pounds, throws left-handed, swing and a miss. Quickly 0-2. From Santa Cruz, California, he's 26 years old. He attended West Oregon University. located in Monmouth, Oregon. Stephen Fry of the Rascals attended Monmouth, but that was the school. That was located in West Long Beach, New Jersey. Here's a single into right field for Zach Komatani. He just goes the other way with an 0-2 pitch and pokes it into right field. The Rascals have the leadoff man on. It's the first Rasky to reach today. Here's Hector Crespo. Crespo yesterday delivered a big hit in the bottom of the 8th. A bases-loaded single to right that scored a pair. 1 for 5. He was the last Rascal to join the hit parade, but he did. Part of that 8-run 8th inning for the Rascals that propelled them to the 16-11 victory. Bunt laid down, goes to the pitcher. McDougal thinks about second, but has to throw to first. That's a 1-3 sacrifice bunt by Hector Crespo, moving Zach Komatani into scoring position for Jackson Slade. Slade yesterday 1 for 5. He singled and scored on Josh Ludi's first home run last night. That was in the 5th inning. Slade was the only Rascal not to score a run in the 8th inning. But all 9 Rascals scored at one point or another last night. He was just the only one not to score in that particular inning. McDougal to the stretch. He comes set, kicks, delivers. Strike on the inside corner to Jackson Slade. Slade batting .307, 8 homers, 35 RBIs. He has Zach Komatani on second with 1 down. Another hot day in O'Fallon, Missouri. 90-plus degrees. Sharp grounder over to short. Taken by Willie Ramos. Throw to first. Low, but Arbello has it for the out. 2 down. Komatani does advance to third. Aggressive base running, but a heads-up play by Como. Read that one quickly and advanced. Sun is almost completely behind the stands already. Just the left and center field warning track and wall in sunlight. Lights are already on at TR Hughes. Once again, 0 wind in the ballpark. Typical scene at TR Hughes. Here's Josh Ludi. He swings first pitch and grounds it into left field. An RBI single for Ludi. Rascals lead 1-0 in the bottom of the 2nd. Josh Ludi stays red hot. Yesterday, Ludi drove in 5 runs on 2 home runs. He has 3 homers in the series, and he gets the ribby there. That is Josh Ludi's 8th RBI of the series. Here comes Josh Silver. Silver with 3 hits yesterday. He takes a strike at the belt. He singled in the 3rd, 4th, and 8th, scored all 3 times. In fact, you look at the bottom third of the Rascals order, Josh Ludi, Josh Silver, Casey Rodriguez. They reached a combined 10 times as this pitch is down low. They had 8 hits, 2 walks, scored 9 of the Rascals' 16 runs, drove in 6 of them. The bottom third of the order had a fantastic day. A ball to Silver, 1-1. He lines it into center field, nearly taking a piece of McDougal with him. A base hit for Josh Silver, back-to-back singles with 2 down. That was an absolute laser up the middle. McDougal hitting the deck, trying to get out of the way of that one. He did throw a glove up, but probably more so for self-preservation than for trying to make the play. Here comes Casey Rodriguez. Rodriguez, our pregame show interview guest, gave a great 8.5-minute talk. He was 3 for 3 with a walk yesterday. He takes a pitch up high. Rodriguez reached all 4 times. He scored 3 of them. He also drove in a run. He had men on the corners with 1 out in the 4th inning and reached on a bunt single that scored Josh Ludi. Ludi at second. There's a line drive into center field. That'll get down. Ludi's going to be sent around. The throw home is late. Josh Ludi scores 2-0 Rascals. Casey Rodriguez with another base hit, He had 3 yesterday. He has an RBI single today. Silver up to second. He stops there. Jay Austin made a good, strong throw. It was about half a step late, though. Ludi just beating it. An aggressive send by Nick Kennedy, but he made the right decision at third. And here comes Curran Radall back to the top of the lineup. Rodrigue now at first base with Silver at second. Curran Radall at the dish. Great speed all around for the Rascals. Chopped over to the third baseman. Jose Vargas takes it, steps on third, and that ends the inning. But the Rascals get 4 hits, 2 runs, no errors in the inning. They leave a pair headed to the third. Rascals up 2-0. You're listening to Rascals Baseball on TalkSTL.com. Third inning, Rascals lead 2-0 thanks to some clutch hitting. Josh Ludi, Josh Silver, and Casey Rodrigue come up with 3 straight 2-out hits, 2 of them for RBIs. Rascals up 2-0 now. Tim Coons has looked sharp through the first 2 frames. He's allowed 1 man to reach, a single by Brandon Jacobs, but that's been it. 2 strikeouts for Coons through the first 2 innings. Here comes Jake Rhodes to lead off. Rhodes started 2 days ago and had last night off after an 0-for-5 performance on Tuesday. Ready versus lefty. First pitch up and away. Ball 1. Rhodes hitting just 172, lowest average on the team. 3 homers, 12 RBIs. 1-0. Is a changeup at the knees, 1-1. Coons moving extremely quick on the mound. Line drive into left field. Johnny Morales thought about making a leaping attempt, but knew he had no chance. It's over his head, and it's a leadoff single for Rhodes. Just able to slap a fastball the other way. Here comes Willie Ramos. We saw Ramos bat second and play second in the first 2 of this series. He's batting 9th and playing shortstop. Alex Tomasovich missed the first 2 games due to injury. He's back in the lineup at second, and that scoots Ramos over to short. Bumpers is out of the lineup for the first time in the series. Willie Ramos had 1 hit yesterday, also reached on a walk and a dropped third strike. There's a breaking ball off the outside corner. Ramos scored twice, and when he reached on the drop third strike with 2 outs in the third inning, that sparked a 4-run rally. Jake Rhodes with a modest lead at first, not expecting to see him going anywhere. Breaking ball for a called strike on the outside corner. Mike Weinstein, despite the odd calls that we saw from him 2 nights ago, does display a rather large strike zone, pitcher friendly, which I'm a big fan of. 1-1. Coons to the belt. Nods, kicks, delivers. Ground ball over to third. This could be 2. It goes 5, 4, and no return throw from Hector Crespo as he dropped it on the exchange from the mitt to the hand. Sounds like a broken bat for Ramos as he replaces Rhodes at first. Rascals probably had a chance, but Hector Crespo, in his haste, couldn't secure that ball in his bare hand before making the throw. 1 out, Ramos at first now. Jeff W., the leadoff hitter, gets his second crack at Coons. He grounded out 4-3. First pitch to the lefty, tapped foul. In fact, that gets a piece of himself. Tim Coons on the mound looking for win number 11. Lefties have hit much better against Coons than righties, and that's what is expected for a right-handed pitcher. Righties hitting below 250 against Coonsy. Lefties hitting better than 315. Fly ball into center field. Casey Rodriguez getting his first action, and he makes the catch. Started in on that one initially, but then tracked back to secure that out. 2 down. Casey Rodriguez, we mentioned, first Rascal to play center field this year besides Curran Radall. Rodriguez with fantastic speed. He's played in left quite a bit. Has shown off his arm out there with a handful of outfield assists. We've also seen Casey in right a little bit. A little disappointing not to see Josh Silver in center. Silver's played every position except for catcher and center. Hoping to be able to see him play all 9 positions this year. A check on Ramos at first. He's back safely. We saw the other day a little defensive shuffling, moving Josh Ludi out from the plate and putting Jackson Slade back there. I was kind of hoping we could see Silver back there that night. This would be the perfect opportunity to put Silver in center, but Rascals opt not to. Strike at the knees to Alex Tomasovich. He popped out on the first pitch to Hector Crespo his first time up. The 0-1, just off the outside corner. Willie Ramos at first base, 5 for 7 in steal attempts. The 1-1. Lined back into the screen behind home plate. 1-2. Coons already with 2 punch-outs. 2 outs in the top of the third. Rascals up 2-0 over the Beach Bums. Rascals playing in their final home game of the 2015 regular season. After tonight's game, the Rascals have just 3 regular season games left. All of them will be played in Evansville, a Friday, Saturday, Sunday series. And then the playoffs begin. The 1-2, fouled away. The Rascals' magic number for clinching home field advantage for the 1-game wild card playoff contest is just 1. With the Rascals leading the Evansville Otters by 4 games, the Otters feasibly could host the 1-game playoff if they win the final 4 games of the year, including sweeping the Rascals, and if the Raskies lose the final 4 games. But if either the Rascals win or they lose, Rascals will play at home. Foul ball, so the count holds 1-2. Alex Tomasovich batting .282 with 5 homers, 28 RBIs. He's a big part of this offense, a very talented second baseman. Traverse City must be happy to have him back in the lineup. The 1-2 called strike 3, a front door breaking ball that catches the inside corner to end the inning. That's Coonsy's 3rd strikeout, headed to the bottom of the 3rd. Rascals up 2-0. You're listening to Rascals Baseball on TalkSTL.com. 0 for 1. He hit the ball well to left field, but it was caught. Morales with 4 RBIs last night. He officially went 1 for 2. A double, 4 ribbies, a walk, and a run scored. He was busy, and he's done quite well in the series since being bumped up to the 2 spot in the order. First pitch from McDougal outside. J-Mo officially 2 for 5 in the series. Scored once, 2 doubles, 5 ribbies, 2 walks. He's been all over the place out of that 2-hole. Called strike. Brian Hansen spent the majority of the season in that spot. Rascals were sort of shuffling through Jackson Slade, Josh Silver trying to find a replacement in that spot in the order. They may have found it in Morales. Popped up left side of the infield. The shortstop, Ramos, makes the catch. Now Taylor Ard. Ard named the Frontier League MVP today. He was voted by the league. General managers, coaches, members of the media, all got votes. Have to imagine that Ard was pretty close to a unanimous MVP decision. Other guys in the league like Mike Schultz, Michael Early, Schultz of Evansville, Early of Southern, swing and a miss. Have to imagine they got votes. Also Patrick McKenna and Richard Lucas of Normal. I bet if Brian Hansen had a few more games under his belt, he would have received some votes, batting nearly 400 on the year. Pitch up and in. 1-1's the count on the Rascals' third baseman. Base is empty, 1 out. McDougal winds, delivers, low and away. Ian McDougal in his second season, 10-5 this season. This is his 18th start of the year. The 2-1. Line to right field. Has some air underneath it, ranging over. That's going to fall in front of Reggie Lawson. That gets into the corner. Ard has 2. He may think about 3, but he slams on the brakes. Taylor Ard with a double. Reggie Lawson looked a little lost out there in right field, and in this ballpark, it plays a little differently than most, especially with that tall wall in right field, just 299 down the line. Lawson sort of tracking that one, and it fell for Ard, his league best 29th double of the year. Here comes Zach Comatani. Como, 1 for 1. He scored the first run of the game after he came home on a single by Josh Ludi with 2 outs in the second. Looking for an RBI himself. He chops one over to third. Vargas throws to first for the out. Ard still at second base. Here comes Hector Crespo. Crespo laid down a bunt last time he hit. Crespo batting .256, 3 homers, 38 RBIs. He's the league leader with 40 stolen bases. First time in his career he's reached that plateau. He swings and drives one into left field. This has some carry. This has a chance. Gone! A 2-run home run for Hector Crespo. His 4th of the year. He has 40 RBIs, and that doubles the Rascals' lead. 4-0. An absolute laser that just snuck over the left field wall. And when Hector Crespo hits home runs, he hits line drives. All 4 of the Rascals' runs today have come with 2 outs. Here comes Jackson Slade. Slade 0 for 1. 4-0's the score in the bottom of the third. A pitch down low to Slade. 4th home run of the year for Hector Crespo. Crespo, the 6th Rascal to hit the 40 runs driven in mark. It's a pitch up high, 2-0. Ard, Canella, Ludi, Radall, Comatani, and now Crespo have all driven in 40 or more. A foul ball to the right side off the bat of Slade, 2-1. 2 down, bases empty. Ian McDougall making his second career start against the Rascals. This pitch high. 3 balls and 1 strike. This is actually his second career appearance, first career start. Back on June 15th, he gave up 1 run in an inning and a third to the Rascals. Here's a high fly ball down the right field line. That one's slicing. It's off the wall fair. Lawson gets to it and fires a strike into second base. Reggie Lawson has a cannon from right field. Jackson Slade was about halfway to second and saw that bullet coming in and slammed on the brakes. Went back to first. Jackson Slade's typically the one to be throwing out men from right field at this ballpark. Lawson showed off his arm on Taylor Ard's extra base hit. He fired an accurate throw from the corner all the way to third, so the one to second probably seemed like pie to him. Slade with the single. It's not very often the Rascals are held to singles when they hit it to right field. The hitters are accustomed to that tall wall and are usually busting it right out of the box. Slade, one of those guys, and now he's picked off. It's over to the first baseman. Arbello will just slap the tag on him in the rundown, and that ends the inning. Slade singles with 2 down, but he's picked off. But the Rascals get 2 more on a 2-run shot by Hector Crespo. Headed to the top of the 4th. Rascals up 4-0. You're listening to Raskies Baseball on TalkSTL.com.
Hey fans, this is Josh Ludi. Stick around. There's more baseball coming up.
Crespo. Tim Coons on the mound. He's allowed just 2 hits through the first 3 frames. He has 3 strikeouts. Rascals playing their final regular season home game. 3 games on the road against Evansville. And that may be a preview for the playoff matchup. Right now, if the season ended, the Rascals would be playing Evansville in their wild card game. Of course, a lot could still change. Evansville's only 1 game up on Rockford and Florence. The Aviators and Freedom are tied for the final playoff spot right now, duking it out to see who will make it to the postseason. And whoever is in that spot's just 1 game behind Evansville right now. So Evansville could be caught. In fact, Evansville hasn't even clinched a playoff spot. Called strike to Jay Austin. The center fielder flew out to right his first time up. Righty versus lefty. Ball in the dirt. Jay Austin batting .321, second highest average on the team. 4 homers, 28 RBIs. He drives one into left center. That'll get down in front of Josh Silver out there. It's a leadoff single. Second straight inning that the Bums get a leadoff hit. Coons has not allowed a man to get past first base. Trying to continue that here. He'll look for a ground ball off the bat of Vargas. Vargas, a big fellow, doesn't move too swiftly. But he hits 326 with 10 homers and 50 RBIs. So he doesn't have to move that quickly. First pitch, low and away. Vargas grounded out 6-3 his first time up. Jay Austin, pretty good speed over that first, 16 steals, although he's been caught 8 times. 1-0. Breaking ball, lofted into left center field. Going back, it's Silver. He'll make the catch just shy of the track. 1 down. Interesting, looking at the outfield for the Rascals, they have 3 non-natural outfielders roaming out there. Josh Silver in left and Casey Rodriguez in center, both natural infielders. Shortstops by trade. And in right field, Jackson Slade, a catcher. But Slade and Rodriguez have had plenty of experience in the outfield prior to T.R. Hughes. Josh Silver cannot say the same. Called strike to Brandon Jacobs. Jacobs 1 for 1, and he continues to terrorize Rascals pitching. Righty versus righty. The pitch to Jacobs, tapped foul. Brandon Jacobs hitting .429 against the Rascals coming into today, and he's already 1 for 1. 2 doubles, 3 homers, 8 runs scored, 7 runs driven in. He's done it all against the Rascals. I'm looking to try to quiet him tonight. The 0-2. Down low, nice stop by Ludi, forcing Austin to stay at first. Jacobs hitting .320 on the season. 17 homers, that leads the team, as do his 52 RBIs. You got to imagine what his average would be if he didn't play at his home ballpark. Grounder over to third base, and it goes around the horn, 5-4-3. Taylor Ard initiates the double play. Hector Crespo turns it, and Zach Komatani finishes it at first. Rascals turn 2 and erase the single to start the inning. Headed to the bottom of the 4th, 4-0's the score. You're listening to Rascals Baseball on TalkSTL.com. Leading 4-0. Ludi is red hot for the Rascals. Already with an RBI single today, he takes a strike on the outside corner. Mentioned Ludi now with 8 RBIs in the series. Yesterday he hit 2 home runs and walked. He had 5 total RBIs. He lines one down the left field line. This ball's deep. It is a home run! A solo home run off the foul single pole for Josh Ludi, his 4th home run of the series. He is 2 for 2 today with 2 RBIs. Rascals lead 5-0. Stay hot, Josh Ludi. This is the Josh Ludi we saw in 2014, the man who had 16 homers and 17 doubles with a .360 average in 50 games. Josh Ludi. That's his 15th homer of the year. He now has 56 runs batted in. Ball outside to Josh Silver. Silver 1 for 1. He takes another pitch. 2-0. McDougal winds and delivers outside. Five runs in the first 4 innings, called strike 2-1. 5 runs given up is a season high for Ian McDougal. That matches his season high. He had not allowed 5 earned runs all year. Here's a fly ball back towards the track, but Jay Austin snags it 1 away. So this is the most earned runs given up by McDougal in a game this season, and it matches the most runs he's given up. One out, bases empty for Casey Rodriguez. Casey 1 for 1. He has an RBI single. He lines one into left field. That's a base hit for the Rascals center fielder. He's 2 for 2. Casey Rodriguez has reached base in all but 1 plate appearance in this series. He has reached base in his last 7 plate appearances. A walk in the 8th inning on Tuesday. He reached all 4 times yesterday, and now twice today. Pitch low to Curran Radall, 1-0. Rodriguez, always a threat at first base with his tremendous speed. Casey has already stolen 2 bases. A pickoff attempt, he's back safely. McDougal for the Beach Bums, entering play with a 2.24 ERA. He had given up just 29 earned runs, 40 total runs in 116 1/3 innings entering play today. Foul ball by Curran, 1-1. He has struck out and grounded out. Just 112 hits given up by McDougal entering play today. 18 walks, 64 strikeouts, but the Rascals have been able to jump on him. 2 home runs tonight. Time's called at home plate. Rascals with 5 home runs in this series, 4 of them by Josh Ludi. The 1-1, ground ball right side. Tomasovich throws to second for 1. The return throw just in time. 4-6-3 twin killing. And the Rascals inning is over, but they score again. A solo home run by Josh Ludi. Headed to the 5th, Rascals lead 5-0. You're listening to Rascals Baseball on TalkSTL.com. and their offense just continues to roll. And it seems as if everyone is getting hot or is hot. You have the obvious mainstays in league MVP Taylor Ard. You have Curran Radall, Jackson Slade, who received some recognition and some votes for Rookie of the Year. Brian Hansen, Rascals hoping to return soon. And now you have Josh Ludi hitting like this, 4 home runs in the last 3 games. You have the way Zach Komatani's been hitting the last couple of weeks. Casey Rodriguez has been phenomenal over the last few games, as has Johnny Morales. Watch out. First pitch to Yazi Arbello. He takes a huge hack and comes up empty. Arbello already with 1 strikeout. Arbello has struck out 7 times this series. The 0-1. Bounced over to Crespo. He takes it on 1 hop, throws to first, and he retires Arbello 1 away. Yazi has struck out now 87 times this season. Believe it or not, though, that's not even close to being the league leader. Digging in, Reggie Lawson. First pitch is a strike at the knees. Lawson 0 for 1. He struck out. He had some trouble on a fly ball in right field earlier in the game off of the bat of Taylor Ard. This ball lined into right center field. It gets past Rodriguez all the way to the wall and takes an odd carom. Rodriguez hurries it back into the infield, but Lawson has a double. Well, it's the first time any Rascals played center field this year outside of Curran Radall. Casey told me that Curran was going over the outfield with him, trying to give him some pointers. Wasn't ready for that odd bounce, though, off the slanted wall out there. Here comes Jake Rhodes. Rhodes 1 for 1 with a single. First pitch, line, caught by Morales. They have a chance at second to throw in time. That's a 4-3 double play, 4-6 double play, rather. That ends the inning. Crespo to Morales. Headed to the bottom of the inning, 5-0. You're listening to Rascals Baseball on TalkSTL.com. Did I say Morales? Taylor Ard and Zach Komatani due up in the bottom of the 5th inning. Rascals turn 2 untraditionally in the top of the inning. It was a line drive over to Hector Crespo, the second baseman. I beg your pardon. I believe I said it was Johnny Morales. It was Johnny Morales covering at second on the toss by Crespo to double off Reggie Lawson. So the Rascals face the minimum. Here is Morales leading off the bottom of the fifth. He takes a strike. J-Mo 0 for 2. The pitch, tapped foul. Morales now batting .246, 1 homer, 31 RBIs. Josh Silver and Casey Rodriguez, the only 2 Rascals not to have driven in 30 or more this year. The 0-2. Fouled away. Take a look around the Frontier League scoreboard. We mentioned how Evansville is 4 games back of the Rascals, and Rockford and Florence are battling for that final playoff spot. So we'll let you know what's going on everywhere in the Frontier League tonight. The 0-2 from McDougal. Swing and a missed strike 3. Punches out Morales. That's the second strikeout for McDougal, the first since he struck out Curran Radall in the bottom of the first inning. Starting with Evansville's scoreless game, the Corn Belters and Otters 0-0 in the 5th inning. The Florence Freedom are leading the Thunderbolts 3-1 in the 6th. The Aviators lead the Grays 1-0, but that's currently in a rain delay. So they're not playing right now. Slammers leading the Crushers 2-0. The Wild Things and Boomers scoreless in the 5th, as are the Miners and the Grizzlies, no score in the 2nd. Foul ball by Taylor Ard, 0-1's the count. Ard 1 for 2 with a double to right, and he scored on Hector Crespo's homer. Dougal winds and delivers. There's a base hit into left field. Taylor Ard lining one past the shortstop Ramos into the outfield. His second hit. Here comes Zach Komatani. Como 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out. Como hitting 50 points lower against left-handed pitchers this season. So he has what you call reverse splits. Typically, you'd expect a righty to hit better against left-handed pitching. Not the case for Como, though. Ard at first base. A fun stat to throw out there with Taylor Ard. He has 12 steals this year. A career high. Komatani takes a strike. 0-1. Ard, one of just 2 Rascals to have double-digit homers and double-digit steals. The other one would probably surprise you, Josh Ludi, a guy who stole 0 bases last year. 12 this year for him. Pitch down low, 1-1. So Ludi now with 15 homers, 12 stolen bases. Ard with 26 homers and 12 steals. Pitch up high, 2-1. Rascals with 5 batters with double-digit steals. Hector Crespo, who leads the league with 40. Curran Radall, third in the league with 34. Brian Hansen with 25, and then Ard and Ludi with 12 apiece. Swing and a miss by Komatani, 2-2. Zach Komatani has 6 steals this year. Jackson Slade is 5 for 6. Johnny Morales has stolen 4 bags. Every Rascal, including Danny Cannella, has at least 1 steal. 2-2. McDougal comes set. Kicks and delivers down low, and they're going to say Como could not check his swing. Strike 3. Second strikeout of the inning, third total for McDougal. Hector Crespo to hit. Crespo 1 for 1. He has a sacrifice bunt and a 2-run homer. Lefty versus righty. McDougal delivers a ball up and away to Crespo. Hector, the model of consistency, batting .255 against righties, .262 against lefties. Very similar averages for a good chunk of the year. Just a coincidence, I suppose, but his batting average against righties and lefties was identical. Pitch down low, 2-0. Crespo lined a ball into the second row of the bleachers in left field last time up. Gave the Rascals a 4-0 lead. They're currently up 5-0 in the bottom of the fifth. Foul ball. Rascals have their 5 runs on 10 hits already. No errors. Beach Bums with no runs on 4 hits, 4 errors. McDougal gets his sign. The 2-1. Fouled off. So we mentioned Taylor Ard, the MVP. Rascals have 3 men on the postseason All-Star team. Runner goes in the dirt, and Taylor Ard has his 13th steal of the year. No throw by the catcher, and the count goes full 3-2 with 2 outs. Aaron Dudley, Santiago Chirino, and Patrick McKenna of Normal make the team. The Rascals and the Corn Belters tied with the most from any team, 3 apiece. Ball 4 outside, Crespo walks. Aaron Dudley, the first baseman, Santiago Chirino, the second baseman, both from Normal. Ard from the Rascals, obviously. Patrick McKenna of the Corn Belters. It was not revealed who came in second in MVP voting, but my bet would be it was Patrick McKenna. If you take Taylor Ard off the ballot, he probably gets my vote. No Curran Radall, no Brian Hansen. Both of them started the All-Star game. Neither of them made the postseason All-Star team. That team has 0 reserves, by the way. Ground ball left side, backhanded in the hole by the shortstop. Ramos' throw to second just in time. That's a 6-4 fielder's choice to end the inning. The Rascals get a walk and a hit, but nothing more. They're still up 5-0 headed to the 6th. You're listening to Rascals Baseball on TalkSTL.com. Even 8 o'clock Central Time. We started less than an hour and a half ago, and we're through more than half of the game. Tim Coons back on the mound for the Rascals. He has a 5-0 lead. He's allowed just 4 hits to this point. He has 3 strikeouts, no walks. Willie Ramos, the ninth hitter in the lineup, leads off. And then back to the top with Jeff W. and Alex Tomasovich. Ramos digs in from the right side of the plate. No gloves. He takes a ball low. Sun completely gone out of view. Relying solely on artificial lighting for this ball game. Still hot and muggy, though. Bounced over to Art on the backhand. He plants and fires a strike to first. Jeff W. to hit. Saw Art commit a couple of errors at third yesterday. Both of them off the bat of Greg Harrisis. But I suppose if Harrisis isn't in the lineup, Art won't make any mistakes. W grounded out and flied out in the third. He takes a strike at the knees, and Coons hasn't even really gotten close to walking a guy yet. Has started, it feels like, just about every at-bat with a strike. He winds and delivers a strike at the knees. 0-2. We were looking at the postseason all-star team. I mentioned there's no reserves, so just 9 guys and then 2 pitchers. Bounce down the first base line. Komatani takes it, steps on the bag, 2 down. So we said the Rascals and Normal both with 3. That leads the way. Dudley and Chirino of the Corn Belters for first and second base. Ard for third. McKenna of the Corn Belters for shortstop. The 3 outfielders, John Schultz of Evansville, Michael Herr of Rockford, and Michael Early of Southern Illinois. Josh Ludi, the catcher. Danny Cannella, the DH. Adam Lopez of Southern Illinois is the starting pitcher. He's 10-0, just like Coons. This pitch up and in. Edgar Lopez, the closer for the Otters, is the relief pitcher. Alex Tomasovich, 0 for 2. Pop out and a strikeout. He takes a ball outside 2-0. Taylor Ard, the MVP. That's the Morgan Burkhart Award. The Brian Tolberg Award is the Pitcher of the Year. That went to Adam Lopez of Southern Illinois. Rookie of the Year, Brandon Tierney of the Grays. So this is bounced foul, 2-1. Jackson Slade, Michael Herr Devin Rodriguez of the Aviators. Brandon Tierney of the Grays, Daniel Fraga of Florence, all deserving of the award. Tierney was the one to receive it, though. Line drive, left side, running catch by Johnny Morales. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Tim Coons. He is in a groove. Headed to the bottom of the 6th. 5-0 Rascals up. You're listening to Rascals Baseball on TalkSTL.com. Ludi leads off. He is 2 for 2 with a home run, 2 RBIs. He has scored twice. He takes a strike. And Josh Ludi has caught absolute fire. He has hit 4 homers in his last 3 games. Pitch down low, 1-1. Ludi with 15 homers and now 56 RBIs. He is tied with Danny Cannella for second on the team in homers. Bounces one over to second base. Tomasovich will throw to first. 1 down. Taylor Ard obviously leads the team in homers. He leads the league in homers with 26. Cannella and Ludi second on the team now with 15. Third is Zach Komatani with 10. Well, I guess he's fourth. That's the third highest total, though. Popped up right side off the bat of Josh Silver. Yadier Bello, the first baseman, runs out of room. And that's a ball into the seats. Josh Silver, 1 for 2, a single into center field and a fly out to center field. Silver had himself a heck of a day yesterday. 3 line drive singles and 2 deep fly balls to center field that he just missed. Scored all 3 times he reached. The 0-1. Lined right off the mitt of Jose Vargas into left field. Silver safe at first. We're going to get our first controversial decision from the official score today. That was hit as hard as you can hit it, but it was right to Vargas. That's may take a while for the official score to decide. Vargas had it. It went right in and out of his mitt. And that's going to go as an error. Josh Silver hit that as hard as you can, but it's going to go as an E5. It went right through the mitt of Vargas. Vargas has to be looking at his mitt, thinking that his equipment betrayed him. He's positioned perfectly. He sticks his hand out, has the ball go right in the mitt, and the mitt just folds and gives out. At the plate, Casey Rodriguez. Called strike to Rodriguez. Check on the runner. Back at first is Josh Silver. Casey Rodriguez, 2 for 2. Rodriguez singled to center, singled to left. He has reached base in his last 7 at-bats. Rather, should I say his last 7 plate appearances. So this is bounce foul. Rodriguez with an RBI today. An RBI single. That came in the second, and it plated Josh Ludi. 1-2's the count on Casey Rodriguez. Lefty versus lefty, a check on the runner. Rodriguez bounces one over to the first baseman, Arbello. He spins, throws to second. They're going to say he's out there. The throw to first, not in time. Rodriguez cruising into second base. He's there safely. Silver thought he was safe at second as Arbello's throw nearly pulled the shortstop Willie Ramos off the bag. The throw goes back to first, not in time, but then the throw got away, so Rodriguez cruises into second. That'll go down as a 3-6 fielder's choice with then an E6 on the throw, allowing Rodriguez to move up to second. It's nearly impossible to turn a double play on Rodriguez. He showed right there why. And then he just cruises into second, making that look easy on a ball that didn't get very far away. Here's Curran Radall, 2 down, man in scoring position. Rascals already lead 5-0 in the bottom of the 6th. Line drive into left field, a base hit. Rodrigue will be sent around third. The throw in is not in time. Rodrigue safe at home. Curran Radall into second on the throw. It's an RBI single for Radall. Rascals lead 6-0. It was a pretty good throw from Brandon Jacobson left. It came on a hop, and Jake Rhodes whiffed on it. It got to the backstop. There will be no error on that play. The advance was on the throw, not on the ball getting away. My mistake, that will go down as an error. The official score ruled that Curran Radall wasn't going to second until that ball got away. Johnny Morales lines a ball down the right field line, foul. That's the third error charged on the Beach Bums today, the second of the inning. And right now that run will be unearned because Casey Rodrigue would not have been on second if it weren't for the error to allow him to move up. Of course, if Johnny Morales scores here, then that could change. Or rather, if Johnny Morales gets a hit here. And he lines one into center field. He does get the hit. Radall's going to be sent around and score without a throw, 7-0. Johnny Morales comes up with his first hit and his first RBI of the day. J-Mo now has driven in 32. Here is Taylor Ard. The Rascals putting together a 2-out rally. So that first run will go down as an earned run. The second one unearned right now, though. Swing and a miss by Taylor Ard. Ard 2 for 3, a single, a double, a steal, and a run scored. Johnny Morales at first base. Line drive, foul. Lefty versus righty. The 0-2 sent foul. Taylor Ard hitting with 2 down. Bottom of the 6th. Rascals lead 7-0. Curran Radall and Johnny Morales both with RBI singles. Morales at second base right now. Rodrigue and Radall have both scored in the frame. This pitch hits Taylor Ard. It runs up and in, gets him in that left arm. He'll go to first. Taylor Ard has now been hit by 15 pitches this season. That's the third most in the league. So Morales goes to second. Ard at first. Here comes Zach Komatani. Como, 1 for 3, a single and a run scored. He has Morales at second and Ard at first. He's swinging first pitch and drills this one deep right center. Goodbye! A 3-run homer for Zach Komatani, and this game is a blowout, 10-0. Como plants that one on top of the clubhouse in right center. It's his 11th home run of the season. He has 50 RBIs. Dan Roan's going to make a mound visit, and that's going to be it for his starter, Ian McDougall. The Rascals have lit him up. Second home run of the game for the Rascals. We're going to go to a commercial, and when we come back, we'll let you know who it is. Rascals up 10-0 in the 6th. Sean comes into the game for the Beach Bums in the bottom of the 6th. Rascals have put up a 5 spot in the inning, aided by 3 errors by the Beach Bums defense. Strike at the knees of Hector Crespo. Scott Vachon, 6'7", 245 pounds. The right-hander is 23 years old from Plainfield, Illinois. Crespo has a 2-run homer and a walk. He taps this foul. Officially 1 for 1 despite batting 3 times because he's laid down a bunt and drew that base on balls. 0-2's the count. Bases empty, 2 outs. The inning started with a ground out by Josh Ludi. Josh Silver then reached on an error. Casey Rodriguez replaced him on a fielder's choice. Curran Radall singled home Rodriguez. Johnny Morales singled home Curran Radall. Taylor Ard was hit by a pitch. And then Zach Komatani hit a 3-run homer. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Vachon comes in and punches out Crespo on 3 pitches to end the inning. But the Rascals score 5 after sending 8 to the dish. They lead 10-0. Into the 7th we go. You're listening to Rascals Baseball on TalkSTL.com. Ten to nothing in the top of the 7th. The Rascals lead. They're blowing out the Traverse City Beach Bums. Rascals lost 11-3 2 nights ago. They won last night 16-11, and now they're up 10-0 tonight. Tim Coons is done. In comes Zach Treese. Treese pitched a perfect inning and 2/3 yesterday. He went 5 up, 5 down. Pitched a perfect 7th inning and got the first 2 outs of the 8th. Exited with 2 down and no one on because the Rascals wanted to go to Derek Cape. Cape ended up giving up a homer and then getting the final out of the inning, and Cape got the win. And you think about, boy, Treese, all he needed to do was get 1 more out. If he went 6 up, 6 down, he definitely would have been deserving of the victory. Instead, it's Cape who got it, so I think we'll give Zach Treese an honorary dub. Treese will be facing Jay Austin, Jose Vargas, and Brandon Jacobs here. 10-0 lead. You have to wonder a little bit why Tim Coons came out. He was cruising. In fact, only 1 inning, or rather only 2 innings in this game, did he face more than the minimum. 2 perfect frames for Coons, 2 double plays. In the 2nd and the 3rd, there were base hits. But no one has gotten past second base against Coons today. He's out, though. First pitch from Treese right on the outside corner to the lefty, Jay Austin. Although, you have to wonder, maybe do the Rascals want to save some of Tim Coons' bullets? Rascals will play a 1-game playoff on Tuesday. Bouncer down the first base line. Komatani takes it, steps on the bag, 1 down. The Rascals have a ton of options. Coons, who's 10-0 and on the verge of becoming 11-0. Joe Scanio, who's been maybe the most consistent pitcher all year for the Rascals. You have Lucas Laster, who has put up maybe the best performances despite having a bit of an up and down season. He may have the best pure stuff. Called strike on the inside corner with a cutter from Zach Treese. He's facing Jose Vargas. Treese making his 33rd appearance of the year. Swing and a miss, 0-2. 33rd appearance of the year with the Rascals. This is officially his 45th appearance of the year, combined over 3 teams. The 0-2, just off the outside corner. In 29 innings, Treese has given up 31 hits, 16 runs, 13 earned runs, only 7 walks, although 2 of them have been intentional, and 29 punch-outs. Treese 2-1 on the season with a 4.03. Line drive into left field. Josh Silver has a beat on it, makes the catch. 2 down. If Treese does not allow a run in this outing, my poor simple math, which I hope is right, would say that his ERA is below 4 after this. He's gone 2 up, 2 down. Here's Brandon Jacobs. No one throwing in the pen right now. We'll see if Treese has asked to go multiple innings or if he'll just handle the 7th. First pitch blown away to Brandon Jacobs. But with the one-game playoff looming on Tuesday and the Rascals up 10-0, maybe they want to save some of Tim Coons' bullets. Save him for Tuesday maybe, or you just don't want to overwork him going into the playoffs as he's pitched over 100 innings this season. Want to keep that arm nice and fresh. Ball 2 low. Brandon Jacobs at the plate, 1 for 2, a single and a double play. Treese winds and delivers. Fouled away. We'll give you Tim Coons' line in just a moment. 2 balls, 1 strike, righty versus righty. Fouled off again. Coons goes 6 shutout innings. He gives up 4 hits. Just 1 extra base hit and 3 doubles. Or rather, and 3 singles. 3 singles and a double. Nobody gets past second base against him. No runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts. That's it. Coons in line for the win as the Rascals are up 10-0 in the 7th. Time called, so Treese will go back to the rosin. Battle of the men with the socks high. Jacobs high blue socks, Treese high black ones. 2-2, down low, and the count runs full. Take another look at the scoreboard. Can't watch it close enough. Although, the Rascals don't really care what the other teams do. As long as they win today, they'll clinch home field for the one-game playoff. The 3-2 flared into shallow right field, but it's the second baseman, Crespo, making the catch to end the inning. It's a perfect frame for Treese. Headed to the bottom of the 7th. Rascals up 10-0. You're listening to Rascals Baseball on TalkSTL.com. Leads off the bottom of the 7th inning for the Rascals. We are all limbered up after this 7th inning stretch. Slade, Ludi, and Silver. The Killer Jays. I haven't come up with a better nickname for him, so I just go with that. Jackson, Josh, and Josh. 1,173 fans have come out to TRU's ballpark for Fan Appreciation Night. It is the final home game of the 2015 regular season, and the Rascals have given their fans a show. First pitch is a strike on the outside corner from Scott Vachon. He stays in the game. He came in to face Crespo with 2 outs and no one on and punched him out to end the 6th. Slade, 1 for 3 today. Righty versus righty, should I say. Slade drills this one into deep right center field. This is into the bullpen, a solo home run. The 4th home run of the game for the Rascals, and they pour it on. 11-0. Jackson Slade's 9th homer of the year. And that ball was caught on the fly by Stephen Fry in the bullpen warming up. Way to be aware, Stephen. 11-0, bottom of the 7th inning. Slade joins the home run brigade. Crespo, Ludi, Komatani, and now Slade. Rascals have hit now 7 home runs in this series. Fouled away. Strike 1 on Josh Ludi. Ludi with 4 of those 7. 1 tonight. He's 2 for 3. 2 ribbies, 2 runs scored. Jackson Slade's a no-doubter. Same with Zach Komatani's. Como's landing on the clubhouse in right center. Slade's landing in the bullpen, although it actually landed in the mitt of Stephen Fry out there. Josh Ludi's hit the foul pole. And Hector Crespo's was a laser that landed in the second row of the bleachers and left. 1 ball and 1 strike. Vachon kicks and delivers. Strike at the knees. Base is empty, nobody out for Ludi. The pitch, fouled away. Well, I promised you a scoreboard update, and then we went to commercial, so I'd hate to neglect those responsibilities. Starting in normal, the Evansville Otters are losing 2-1. They're on the verge of being swept by the normal Corn Belters. Corn Belters with nothing to play for, really. They can't catch Southern for the top seed, and they've already clinched the division. They're just beating up on Evansville for fun. Ball down low, 2-2. Evansville trails 2-1 in the 7th. The Florence Freedom lead 3-1 over the Thunderbolts in the 9th inning. So if Florence wins and Evansville loses, Florence will catch the Otters. And right now, still in the rain delay, but Rockford is leading the Frontier Grays. That's just a 1-0 game in the 1st inning. Called strike 3. Ludi goes down looking. 1 away for Josh Silver. I think best case scenario for the Rascals, in my opinion, would be if Evansville somehow got knocked out of the playoffs. And the Rascals could do that. Raskies have 3 against them. And despite the record for Evansville, they're still a very, very, very good team. About 30 games over 500 this season. Pitch outside and low, and Silver can't check his swing, and he can't believe it. The appeal, but Steve Donahue makes the call. Silver, 1 for 3. He lifts one into right field along the line. Reggie Lawson, long run. He will not make the catch in foul territory, and he leaps up into the stands. The athleticism shown off by Reggie Lawson. He leaps into the stands, luckily on a walkway and not into the seats, so he has somewhere to brace himself. Silver, I said 1 for 3. He reached on that error through the mitt of Jose Vargas, and it's become a bit of a controversy here in the press box, hit or error. But our official scorer, sticking firm. He will not budge. The integrity of this man, you have to appreciate it. The 0-2. Check swing, foul. That's a nice snag by Eric Williams in the Rascals dugout. You're seeing nice plays all over the place. Right fielders jumping walls, hitting coaches snagging balls. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, base is empty. So as I was saying, I think best case scenario would be if Evansville got out of the playoffs, if they were knocked out. If Florence wins today and Rockford can continue and win, they'll be in a 3-way tie for the final playoff spot. Ball in the dirt, Silver lays off, 1-2. The 1-2. Outside. It would be something if Evansville didn't make the playoffs after what a fantastic season they had, but that's what happens when you break the rules. They were punished. In my opinion, I think they're lucky to still be eligible for the playoffs. This ball low and away. So from 0-2 to 3-2. Silver's worked the count. Rascals 8-1 this year against Rockford. I think that would be the dream come true to play them. The 3-2 popped up in the infield. Right side, Arbello and Tomasovich. It'll be the second baseman, Tomasovich, making the catch. 2 down. Of course, the Rascals 7-0 at Rockford. Could the Rascals opt to play the game in Rockford? Could they just decide, no, we'd rather play it on the road if we have to play these guys? Rascals are just 2-4 against Florence, but I'm pretty sure they'd rather face Florence than Evansville. Like I said, Rascals have 3 games remaining this year, all against Evansville, so the Raskies could handle business. They could knock the Otters out of the playoffs potentially. Backdoor breaking ball for a called strike to Casey Rodriguez. Casey 2 for 3. He has an RBI and a run scored. Of course, for the Rascals to knock Evansville out, that would require Rockford and Florence to win some games. Pitch down low. But as we said, Florence up 2 in the 9th. And Evansville's only down 1 in the 7th inning. That game's not a foregone conclusion. 1-1 on Rodriguez. So he tries to check his swing, cannot. Strike 2. Ian McDougall, the starting pitcher for Traverse City, is done. He went 5 2/3 innings, gave up 13 hits. That's a season high. He gave up 10 runs. That's a season high, although only half of them were earned. So 5 earned runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. None of the runs in his final inning, the 6th, were earned. That was an inning that saw 3 errors. This pitch dives low and in and gets a piece of Casey Rodriguez. So he'll go to first on the hit by pitch. Rodriguez has now reached base in 10 of his last 11 and in his last 9 plate appearances. You have to count a fielder's choice and an error. But if you do count those, because he did reach base on him, 9 straight times he's reached. He's busy. Pitch up high to Curran Radall. Curran 1 for 4, should I say. An RBI single in the 6th inning, and he scored on a hit by Johnny Morales. Righty versus lefty. Curran takes the ball low. Catcher didn't realize where it was at first. Jake Rhodes spinning around. A little surprised Casey Rodriguez wasn't thinking about moving up, although up 11-0 in the 7th inning. No need to be taking extra bases. That ball, the whole time, though, was at the feet of Jake Rhodes, the catcher, while he was trying to search for it. You could hear all of his teammates yelling, "Feet, feet." 2-0 on Curran, up high, 3 balls and no strikes. And we were mentioning how Zach Komatani has reverse splits. Same is true about Curran Radall, although they're not quite as dramatic. Curran is still hitting .310 against righties, but hitting .330 against lefties. he may have been sad to see McDougal league. Here's a called strike. 3-1's the count on Curran Radall. 2 down. No one's holding Casey Roderick at first base. Arbello playing behind him. 3-1 line foul, so the count will go full. Roderick hit by a pitch after Jackson Slade started this inning with a home run to right field. Rascals with 4 homers tonight. They lead 11-0 in the 7th. Roderick goes on the 3-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Radall punches out to end the inning. But the Rascals get another run. They lead by 11, headed to the 8th. You're listening to Rascals. Bums in the series finale, hoping to take this rubber match. Stephen Fry enters the game for the Rascals in the 8th. He may be asked to just finish up this game. Fry went 2 1/3 2 days ago. We know he can go multiple innings. His season high with the Rascals 3, and was a spot starter for Normal. He may go the 8th and 9th, but we'll just focus on the 8th for now. Fry enters to face Yaziar Bello, Reggie Lawson, and Jake Rhodes. Those 3 men are combined 2 for 6 today. So Zach Treese is done. Treese goes 1 perfect inning. He gets a ground out, a fly out, and a pop-up. Stephen Fry making his 19th appearance of the year for the Rascals. He's 0-2 with a 10.38 ERA. Fry has pitched 13 innings this season with the Rascals. He has 13 strikeouts, 8 walks, 21 hits allowed. We mentioned the 2 1/3 innings 2 days ago. He gave up 3 runs, all on a homer. A 3-run bomb by Greg Harrisis. He was on the wrong side of a controversial call made by home plate umpire Mike Weinstein, who's back behind the plate tonight. Called strike to Yaziar Bello. Arbello 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a groundout. Weinstein ruled that Brandon Jacobs was hit by a pitch when no one else in the ballpark, including Brandon Jacobs, seemed to believe that was true, as this was fouled away. 0-2. That hit by pitch came with 1 out and a man already on. He would then strike out Arbello, who's at the plate right now. And you figure that may have been the third out of the inning, but instead the inning kept going because of the hit-by-pitch call, and Greg Harris hit a 3-run tank. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Fry comes in and promptly punches out Arbello. 1 down. Stephen Fry has faced Traverse City once this season and put in his most dominant performance. Just 1 inning, he faced just 3 batters, and he struck out all 3 of them swinging. He said he believes that's the first time he struck out the side since high school. He agreed that it was the most dominant he had ever been, at least in his memory. 1 out, base is empty. Reggie Lawson at the plate. Lawson 1 for 2 with a double. He fouls this pitch away. Lawson 6'4", 260. Probably the last guy I'd pick on this team to get in a fight, but you'd be in big trouble if you had a bench-clearing brawl with this team. Yasier Bello, Jose Vargas, Brandon Jacobs. This pitch up and in, and that got a piece of his elbow. Mike Weinstein rules another hit-by-pitch. What's new? But I believe this is the correct call. Everyone seems to agree that got a piece of Reggie Lawson's elbow armor, so he'll go to first. Here comes Jake Rhodes with 1 down. Rascals do have a pair of double plays today. 1, a 5-4-3 twin killing off the bat of Brandon Jacobs, and then another one on a line out that went 4-6 off the bat of Jake Rhodes at the plate. Como will hold the runner at first, trying to keep Lawson close. This misses up and in, ball 1. Rhodes 1 for 2, a single before that double play lineup. The 1-0. Called strike. Stephen Fry has faced Traverse City a time before that 3 strikeout performance. It was when he was still with Normal. This pitch just outside. Came in, faced 1 batter, got him out. And that was it on June 18th. Rascals used Fry as a left-handed specialist when he first came to the team. He was thriving in that role. Had a couple of rough outings. He's now the long reliever. He's asked to come in early when the Rascals need a couple of innings of work. That was Joe Pavlovich's spot, but since Pavlovich has been moved into the rotation, Fry assumes that role. Very important. You have to have somebody out of the pen that can go multiple innings. Foul ball, counts 2-2. Fouled away. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Reggie Lawson at first base. Stephen Fry facing Jake Rhodes, lefty versus lefty. And a fastball that misses, blown away. Count runs full. Full count with 1 out, runner not going. Line drive into right field, a base hit. So Rhodes, after taking an extremely close pitch, singles into right field. So 2 on, 1 out. Willie Ramos at the plate. Lawson at second, Rhodes at first. Ramos another righty. Swing and a foul ball, strike 1. Today, Ramos 0 for 2, 2 groundouts. Fry kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss. looking at the awards a little bit more. Manager of the Year in the Frontier League goes to Brooks Carey of the Corn Belters. Pop up, right field coming in. Slade will make the catch. Second out. Coach of the Year went to Patrick O'Sullivan of the Miners. Clubby of the Year to Jaron McGee of the Gateway Grizzlies. He's a back-to-back winner. All right, mentioned, and we'll say again, Zach Greco, head athletic trainer of the River City Rascals, trainer of the year. In his first season in the Frontier League, first season with the Rascals, he is acknowledged for all of his hard work, so congratulations to Zach one more time. Broadcaster of the year went to Greg Hableeb of the Normal Corn Belters. Called strike on Jeff W., another lefty for Stephen Fry. W 0 for 3. Rascals have 3 postseason All-Stars. Taylor Ard, the MVP, most valuable player in the Frontier League. Josh Ludi, Danny Cannella both named to the postseason All-Star team. And Zach Greco named the Athletic Trainer of the Year. Lefty versus lefty, 2 down, 2 men on. 0-1's the count. Now time's called, and Ludi will trot out to the mound. Normal building on their lead. They're now up 4-1 in the 7th inning still. Rockford and the Grays have continued. They've resumed after the rain. That's in the 4th inning. Rockford still up 1-0 over the Grays. Florence Freedom won. That's official. 3-1. They defeated the Thunderbolts. That was a quick game, too. Just 2:15. Pitch down low. Stopped by Ludi. We're just past the 2-hour mark here. In the top of the 8th inning, this game moving very quickly, especially for an 11-0 score. That's, of course, aided by the fact that the Rascals have hit 3 homers for those 11 runs. Pitch up and away. 3 double plays turned, 2 by the Rascals defensively, and the Rascals have also hit into 1. Both pitchers, both starters at least, moving quickly. And a big strike zone also helped. Ground ball over second. This could be 2. Crespo will go to first, though, as Morales is a little slow getting over. That's actually the final out of the inning. Crespo just going for the force. There was 2 outs. That ends the inning. 4-3 is the ground out. Head to the bottom of the 8th. Rascals up 11-0. You're listening to River City Rascals Baseball on TalkSTL.com. Out of the 8th for the Rascals, up 11-0. First pitch, chopped up the middle. It's off the mitt of the shortstop into center field. That'll go as a base hit for J-Mo. That's Morales' second, and I think we may have a defensive change in the field. It looks like it's Sam Bumpers out there at shortstop. Sam Bumpers in the game at short, so it's not Willie Ramos. Ramos has moved over to third, it appears. First pitch to Taylor Ard down low. It looks for now that that's the only defensive change. So I believe that Sam Bumpers will bat cleanup, replacing Jose Vargas in the lineup. Vargas is out, and Taylor Ard drills one deep left field. Break out the tape measure. It's off the light tower. A 2-run homer for Taylor Ard, and the MVP celebrates with his 27th home run of the season. A 2-run shot off of Scott Bichon, 13-0. That's the 4th home run of the game for the Rascals. That is Ard's 3rd home run of the game. It's his 4th time on. He has scored 3 runs. First pitch to Komatani, a strike. Como has gone deep once today. 2 hits, a 3-run homer, 2 runs scored. The Rascals blowing out the Beach Bums in the series finale. Sharp grounder over to Bumpers. The shortstop scoops, throws to first. Dug out by Arbello. 1 down. So Bumpers in at shortstop. Willie Ramos over to third. Bumpers will hit for Vargas as it appears that he has come out of the game. Here's Crespo, 1 out, base is empty. Hector Crespo, Josh Ludi, Zach Komatani, and Taylor Ard have all gone deep. Crespo flaring this one into shallow right center field, and it will get down. Crespo with the base hit. That's his second to go along with his 2-run homer. He's also walked. And they just keep pouring it on. The Rascals will not take their foot off the pedal. Jackson Slade to hit. Oh, yeah, Jackson Slade has a homer. Rascals have 5 homers today. I've been selling them short 1. Jackson Slade went deep. Who could forget? Add him to the list. 5 homers in the game for the Rascals. Unbelievable. 7 total in the series. 8 total, should I say. I'm just selling them short on everything. Line drive into right field. A diving catch by Brandon Jacobs coming in to rob Slade of a hit. Crespo still at first. So Crespo, Ludi, Komatani, Slade, and Ard with homers. 5 in the game, 8 in the series, 4 by Josh Ludi, who's at the plate now. So the Rascals' 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 hitters have all gone deep. Ludi takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Pitch down low. 1-1 on Ludi. Ludi with a solo homer and an RBI single. He takes one low and away. Pitch up high, another ball. Tim Coons started the game for the Rascals. He went 6 scoreless, and he needed 59 pitches to go 6 innings. Less than 10 an inning. Unbelievable. Called strike, 3-2. Came out after 6 after facing only 20 batters. 3 punch-outs. Rascals trying to preserve his arm, you have to assume. Zach Treese came in, worked a perfect inning. Stephen Fry did hit a batter and allow a single, but he did not allow a run. On the 3-2, runner going with 2 outs, called strike 3. Second time Ludi's been rung up looking. That ends the inning. Headed to the 9th. Rascals 3 outs away from victory, up 13-0. You're listening to River City Rascals Baseball on TalkSTL.com. And Fry looks to finish this game up, back out for his second inning of work. He did hit a batter and allow a single in the 8th, but nothing more. He'll face Alex Tomasovich, Jay Austin, and Sam Bumpers here in the 9th. Rascals leading 13-0, backed by 5 home runs. That matches a season high. They did it in Gateway earlier this season. No one with multiple home runs in this game. When the Rascals went deep 5 times at Gateway, they had 2 homers hit by Danny Cannella. Not the case here, though. Crespo, Ludi, Komatani, Slade, and Ard have all homered. Crespo in the 3rd, Ludi in the 4th, Como in the 6th, Slade in the 7th, and Ard in the 8th. Rascals do lead the league in home runs as a team.
Leading off for Traverse City, number 10, second baseman Alex Tomasovich.
Alex Tomasovich leads off. He's 0 for 3. Lefty versus righty. First pitch, just inside, ball 1. If the Rascals can hold on to this 13-run lead in the 9th, they will clinch home field for the 1-game playoff. Called strike to Tomasovich, 1-1. Bottom of the 8th inning, Corn Belters leading Evansville 4-1. Rockford still leading the Grays 1-0. That's in the 5th. Swing and a miss, 1-2. I already mentioned Florence 1, So if Florence wins, they'll pull into a tie with Evansville for the final playoff spot. If Rockford can win, and of course go along with that Otters loss, they would also be tied, a three-way tie. Pitch inside, 2-2. Tomasovich, rather large for a second baseman, 6'3", 190 pounds. He lines one foul into the seats in right field. Tomasovich, just 23 years old, from Tega K, South Carolina. Played in the Cubs system. Got as high as Class A. He hits a high fly ball into deep left center field. This ball pushes Silver back to the wall. He makes the catch in the gap. Josh Silver had a long run, but he got to that one. Thought that swing may have broken up the shutout for the Rascals. Jay Austin digs in. Another lefty for Stephen Fry. Austin 1 for 3. First pitch is low. Only 5 hits for Traverse City. No runs on 5 hits and 3 errors. 13 runs on 17 hits for the Rascals. No errors. Fouled away, 1-1. Season high in hits for the Rascals, 21. They've gotten 20 twice. Ground ball over to short. Johnny Morales scoops, fires, and just got Austin. He has great speed flying down the line. 2 down, and the Rascals are 1 out away from victory now. Sam Bumpers digs in. Bumpers entered the game in the last frame, playing shortstop, but replacing Jose Vargas, the third baseman, as the shortstop Willie Ramos slid over. Bumpers 0 for 3. First pitch is a strike. Rather, Bumpers getting his first at bat. Should I say Vargas was 0 for 3. Bumpers pinch hitting, not pinch hitting, but replacing him in the lineup. Pitch down and in, 1-1. Hitting just .213, 1 homer, 19 RBIs. Bumpers in the lineup the last 2 games. He went 0 for 4 yesterday, but he did have an RBI ground out. Takes a pitch high. He's 1 for 8 in the series with that RBI, also a steal. 2 balls, 1 strike. Rascals looking for out number 27. The 2-1. Fouled away, 2-2. And the Traverse City Beach Bums down to their final out. Rascals looking to climb to 13 games over 500. That would match their high water mark on the year. Fry's 2-2. Fouled away. Rascals will play again tomorrow, but it will be in Evansville. A 6:35 Eastern time start. 2-2 fouled away. My mistake, 6:35 Central time. Had to check quickly. It will be another 6:35 Central time start. Up high, another ball. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Set bat, can't go any further. The payoff, fouled away. 6:35 tomorrow. Probable for the Rascals will be Lucas Laster. Left-hander is 4-3 with a 3.96 ERA. Blaine Howell, a lefty, will be going for the Otters. The payoff again, down low, ball 4. So the inning and the game continues. Brandon Jacobs to hit. Jacobs 1 for 3. Rascals have 3 games in Evansville to finish up the year. 2 6:35 starts and then a 5:05 on Sunday. That's the regular season finale. First pitch to Jacobs, a strike on the inside corner. The 0-1. Fouled away. The 0-2. Up high. Jacobs at the plate. Bumpers at first. Fry on the mound. Rascals lead 13-0. Looking to win the series. Pitch up and in. Rascals lost on Tuesday 11-3. They won last night by a score of 16-11. They lead 13-0 tonight. Everyone on the top step of the dugout on the first base line. All the relievers standing in the bullpen. Jacobs lines a ball onto the berm, foul down behind the Traverse City bullpen. Two and two's the count. Lefty versus righty. The pitch, another foul. Jacobs won't go down without a fight. Just past the 9 o'clock hour. This game got going a little behind schedule. I believe the first pitch was at 6:41. 2 and 2, 2 outs. The pitch, another foul. Top of the 9th inning, Normal looking to finish up the game against the Otters, still leading 4-1. Fun game going on in Schaumburg, no playoff implications, but that's scoreless between the Wild Things and the Boomers in the 10th inning. Saw a game like that against Lake Erie on Friday. Rascals walked off 1-0 in 10. Line drive into left field, long run. Silver won't get there. It's in the gap, off the wall. Sam Bumpers will score from first, and there goes the shutout. It's the first run of the game for the Beach Bums, 13-1. Brandon Jacobs comes up with the hit. Jacobs, a phenomenal hitter. Hitting .320, and he plays at Werfel Park. You can only imagine his average if he played at a smaller place like, say, T.R. Hughes. Guy might hit .350. Here comes Yazzie Arbello. Arbello 0 for 3. First pitch is a strike at the knees. Another lefty for Fry. Arbello was the first man he faced when he came to the game, and he punched him out. The 0-1, swing and a miss. 0-2. Brandon Jacobs at second base. 2 down. No balls and 2 strikes. Stephen Fry facing Yazzie Arbello. Rascals lead 13-1, top of the 9th. 1 strike away from the win. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Rascals win. 13-1 the final. The Rascals improve to 53-40. The Beach Bums fall to 53-38. The Rascals are just one game behind the Beach Bums for the top wild card spot. Rascals are 13 games over 500. It's their high water mark on the season. They take 2 out of 3 from the Beach Bums. There are 3-3 against the Bums on the season. Rascals win their final regular season home game. Tim Coons gets the victory. He is 11-0. The loss goes to Ian McDougall. He is 10-6. We'll go to a commercial, and when we come back, we'll recap this Rascals victory. You're listening to River City Rascals Baseball on TalkSTL.com.
Hey fans, this is Josh Ludi. Stick around. There's more baseball coming up.